Welcome to the Baker and Tymo show. My name is Tymo, and we're about to take on a challenge that we are going to title the Big Damme Team. And that's going to be managing a team that consists of players that are 6'5" or taller only. So when that comes to the expansion draft, we're going to have to draft players that are 6'5" or taller. I don't know how that's actually going to turn out for every team, but I'm imagining we're going to end up, with quite a terrible team, and it'll also affect us quite greatly in terms of when the draft comes around every year, I'm sure as well. So, without further ado, we're going to play without owner mode off. We're going to have Fog of War off just so that we can see how good players are right out of the draft, and we don't have to worry about any potentials for pro either. Aside from that, like I said, we have owner mode off and we're pretty much ready to go. So without further ado, let's get into drafting this team, the Glasgow Giants. Are you ready for this? Let's get into it. I'm excited. Let's go. All right, so now it is time to get into the expansion draft for our team, the Giants. So we have, nothing but time here, so let's get it done. Let's get this draft happening. Let's see what's available. Right out of the draft, here we go. Where do we end up dropping to 5th? So that's pretty unfortunate, but to be fair, do we really think the top guys in the draft are going to be 6'5" or taller? I guess it's possible. It's not unheard of nowadays to have players that are that large and very skilled. So, expansion draft first, though. So, let's go with the expansion draft and Anaheim. So, if we're just picking solely players that are large, we're going to obviously have to consider goaltending. Goaltending might be a bit of an issue. It might be where we are having to dial back on our rules here. But with that being said, there are a lot of large goaltenders throughout the league, so we just have to hope that some of them are exposed. I think actually right off the hop, that's probably where we should do, is find ourselves a nice tall goaltender that we can draft. 6'5", Darcy Cooper, fit in the bill right away. He's the guy that we're going to go with. Okay, so Anaheim. Once again, I think we should probably take a look. We're going to go back to goalies. Can we search by height? I forget. Is that an option? No, we can't. We'll have to go into their stats. Okay, that's not a problem. Okay, so we're going to go backwards now. The Jets. Brossois, how large are you? Are you a large man? You're not large enough. Not large enough. What about Comrie? 6'1". Ain't going to cut it. Ain't going to cut it. What about Washington? 6'3". I don't really want to have to dip too far down in terms of, what goaltender we're truly going to select here. So, unfortunately, I backed out. Okay, let's see. Markstrom, how tall is Markstrom? Markstrom's a big guy. 6'6". Maybe we should be taking Markstrom instead of Cooper, because we don't need two goaltenders that are that good. Mind you, trades are applicable in this mode, so we can always move goaltenders later, which isn't a bad idea. So now that we have two goaltenders, I'm actually okay to start looking at some players. I wish we could sort by height. Sorting by height would just be fantastic, but unfortunately we can't do that. So what I think we'll do is we'll just go into each team and then start sorting like this. We'll just go through, look for who has the tallest and probably best overall, because like I said, I think ultimately we're going to be left with a pretty terrible team if we're trying to... Oh, here's our first guy. Jacob Magna. He is a big boy. Let's take him. I like him. Big fella. Welcome to the team. Yeah, this is going to be a bad team. It's going to be a pretty bad team, I think. Let's see who Boston exposed for us to possibly take. 6'5". Carlo is 6'5". That's a good pick. Carlo's a great pick. Okay, I'm happy about that. I'm sure we can keep Carlo happy, considering this isn't the Draft to Glory. As much as I love the challenge of Draft to Glory, this is going to be, we'll be able to do trades. They're going to be hard to make considering we can only trade for players that are 6'5" or taller. But as long as we don't run into any issues within this draft, I guess if we do, what will happen is we will take the tallest player available from the team, and then from then on we will trade that player for a larger player. So 6'2" might be the largest player on Buffalo. There was another 6'2" there. 6'3". Okay, we do have a couple 6'3s. Alright, so Zach Bogosian or Scandella. Neither of these guys are going to have great trade value. I'm thinking Bogosian might be harder to move because of his higher cap hit, so let's go with Scandella. Obviously he's going to be one of the players that we're going to have to attempt to move, considering he is not 6'5". Alright, Giordano doesn't make the mark. That's the thing, some of these teams might not have 6'5" players, so we're going to have to do a lot of work before we can start the season to have a applicable roster. There we go. We have a player. Tyler, welcome to the team. Welcome to the Giants. Alright. Who on this team? 6'3" so far. Still looking at 6'3" as the tallest player on the team. Alright, so we'll move back up to the highest 6'3", which was Hayden Fleury. We'll take Hayden Fleury in the draft and potentially move him. Alright. .6'4" Murphy, tallest player so far. Another 6'4" player in Dahlstrom, who might have the worst haircut I have ever seen in this game. There's a 5'7" player on this team. Alright, so I guess we're taking one of the big 6'4" fellas. We'll probably just go with Connor Murphy. I'm not really considering... He's got 4 years left. I like that. Even though we're going to have to likely trade him, like I said, I want to have a team that's 6'5" or taller. All across the board. Okay, 6'3". Oh, there's a 6'5" right there. Zadorov. Zadorov is a big fella. Okay, so we already have 6 out of 9 defensemen, which doesn't really surprise me. I imagine lots of these large players are going to be defensemen, which I actually don't know how that's going to work out for us. Might have to end up changing player positions. McQuaid, another defenseman. He's a big guy. I think in this case, we might have to go for Josh Anderson and then trade him for somebody who's larger. Because we're already kind of filling up on defensemen. Unless, well, to be fair, they may have had, I'm jumping the gun here, they may have had somebody who was 6'5". I gotta look through them all. Even if he's terrible, there we go. There's our boy. He is a defenseman. No surprise there. But nonetheless, we are filling up our team. 6'7". Wow. Okay, well, I think we have to take him. Unless they happen to have a forward who's 6'5". Geez, after seeing this, 6'4" might have been the way to go. 6'4" or taller? Because there are a lot of 6'4". Oh, Hansel. Hansel is a big fella. We gotta go for Hansel. 6'6". We need a center. That's just plain and simple. We need players who can actually play the positions that we need to. We gotta fill out this draft properly. Okay. Well, it's not looking too good in terms of height on this team. Oh, 6'5". And he's a defenseman. Aren't they all? Aren't they all? So, the only problem with this draft is I think we're going to have to take players that aren't defensemen, or maybe even that are defensemen but have higher trade value so that we can move them for a different player. Alright, who you got? You got anybody? Any big boys? 6'4". That's a big fella. Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking 6'5" to start this whole series, but maybe Maybe 6'4" is where we have to go. Because if we go 6'4", we got some centers and whatnot that we can actually draft too. He's not bad. He's honestly not bad. We'll take him. Yeah, we might just switch this whole thing to being 6'4". Hey, hell, it's the first episode. What's the matter? You know what I mean? We could change it up. First episode. As long as we don't change from then on. McCoshin, Brower. Yeah, this is likely going to be a team that we're going to have to trade our pick. Oh, here we go. Oh, it's defenseman again. But he is 6'5". Oh, what do we got here? Another defenseman, 6'5". So I think if we draft him, that's filling our defense already. That's 9 defensemen. Now we somehow have to pick enough forwards that are large enough to fit our bill here. And I'm not sure we can. They're all basically defensemen, which isn't a huge surprise. I mean, large players usually are defensemen, but I was really hoping we'd find some more wingers wingers or forwards that were large individuals. We've got trades that we can make yet, but who's this guy? You're 6'4"? Nah, that's Forbort. Forbort. Okay. Tyler Foley's 6 feet tall. That's the thing. Maybe we'll draft a Foley and trade him. At this point, we might just have to start looking for the best players available positionally, and then trade those players for large individuals. 6'3" for Foligno. 6'4" for Fair. Fair fits the bill. The other thought is that we could trade draft picks too for a large player, but I don't know if we want to consider doing that. I imagine most drafts are going to have somebody who's pretty big that we could consider picking. Armia, 6'3". Alsner, defense though. 6'3", defense. 6'6". Right wing, McCarron. We're taking him. If they've got an applicable player at the position, I'm going to take him. You know what I mean? Oh, Brian Boyle. I know you're big enough, Brian. I freaking know it. Actually, how big? Oh, Simmons is only 6'2". Ekholm, 6'4". Ekholm would be a really good defenseman to take, but Brian Boyle. Should probably take him. Alright. Gryba, defense 6'4". Yeah, this one's probably going to be a team where we take the best player available. Oh, left wing. There we go. Tangrady. 6'4", he fit the mold. It's going to be a bad team. Lee's like 6'3", yeah, I thought so. Nielsen. They got some big players on this team, but no one's quite at the 6'4" mark. Oh, Mayfield. Defense, though. A few 6'3" wingers. We might just have to take a 6'3" player and trade him. Wait, hold on. 6'5", left wing. There might be some good players available in free agency, too, that are really tall. VC's 6'3". I'm kind of surprised to see that. Do they have a 6'4" player who is on offense? They do not. So maybe VC's the player we take. Although, if they don't have a tall enough player, maybe we just take the best available and try and trade him. Trouba probably has pretty good trade value. Oops, not what I wanted to do. Alright, so tallest player so far. Oh, there we go. Oh, defense. Falcons defense. Oh, there we go. Another giant. Couple giant defensemen, but ultimately we need the wingers. Or centers. Oh, there's a 6'4" center. Nick Paul. This is going to be a very bad team, but hopefully the draft will help us out, or some trading. Don't forget, we can make trades. Ultimately, I think we'll have to determine whether or not it makes sense for us to trade our pick in order to trade for a good player who's large, or if that even makes any sense, you know what I mean? 6'4", Bailey. Justin Bailey. Let's go. Let's take him. Alright, Rust is going to be too small. 6'5", defense, good Branson. Right wing, here we go, Jimmy Hayes, 6'5". This team is going to be a large team. Aptly named the Giants. Oh, Burns is good right now, but he gets a lot. Oh, to be fair, we could trade him. We could trade Burns. He's locked up right away too. Oh, or we signed Thornton, old man Thornton, who might retire on us quick, but ooh, I don't know. It might make more sense to trade or to get Burns and then trade him, just because his potential is likely going to be, or not his potential, but his trade value is going to be higher. And then we move out one of our other defensemen. I think that's what we should do, because his trade value will be so high. And who knows when Thornton retires on us. That's the other thing too we have to consider. What if Thornton retires after 1 year of play and then we're stuck? You know what I mean? It's not exactly the position I want to be in. I feel like Pat Maroon could be like an honorary big boy. He is 6'3", and he's just that goon type of player. 6'4", there we go, we got one. If the team has one that fits the position, we gotta take him. McDonough's a big fella. Well, he's not that big. I thought he was bigger than that. Don't think, yeah, aside from Coburn, I don't think Tampa's going to have anybody that's going to be large enough and a forward. So we might just be taking the best available player. Yeah, best available player, and I guess moving them for a suitable player. So I guess we take McDonough and we move out another defenseman. We trade them. So we need 2 more left wings and 1 more goalie. I haven't even been thinking about goalies for a while, so I'm gonna have to double back, take a look for goalies that are large enough for this build that we're going for. Question is, does Toronto have anybody big enough? Oops, 6'5" center, Gauthier. We gotta take him. That was 1 center we needed. 2 more players left, and so yeah, we're gonna have to take off one of the defensemen. That's for sure. I was surprised how big Connolly is, to be honest. 6'3" when I found that out. I was like, what? Burakovsky's semi-large, but not large enough. Is anyone 6'4" or larger? Come on, let's get it. Nope. Okay, so I guess we'll take, well, we can look at the goaltenders. I still need a goalie. I think we already looked at them. Yeah, I remember looking at them. Winnipeg, we looked at their goalies too. Neither of them were big enough. I mean, 6'3" is pretty large, but it ain't no 6'4". So, all skaters. Myers would be pretty great to take. He is a giant. Oh, but they have Lowry. Lowry's 6'5". Oops. Oh, that's good. Okay, yeah, we need to get rid of one of our defensemen for sure. So, one of our defensemen that we chose just because he was a big guy. That's probably like De Kaiser. What do they have for goaltenders? We still need a goalie. Bernier's not going to be tall enough. What do they have for forwards? They didn't have anyone tall enough for forwards, I'm pretty positive. Vanek 6'2". Abrocator 6'2". Oh, here we go. Nope. Wait, who was it? It might have been. Either way, it was a defenseman. Being large enough down the line. Everybody's just defense. Too many defensemen. Okay, so we'll just take the best player available from Detroit, who is Vanek. Nielsen at least has 4 years left. We'll pick Nielsen. We'll trade Nielsen. That drops us down to 11. We still need a goalie. Still need a goalie, and we need a left wing. So I'm not worried about. Actually, I will take. Oh, what? What did that just say? Oh, we must draft a goalie. Well, if I don't take a. I don't take a left wing there. I thought I was in trouble too, but maybe not. Maybe I'm okay. Is this fine? I think we're good. Let's do this. And then we're going to trade guys that are not the right size. I like it. I feel good about that. We got a big team. They're not a very good team, but they are a big team. They got chemistry from being drafted. Let's sim to the draft. So, edit trade block. I got to look at the players on the team and see who is large enough to move. Well, we know we want to move McDonough, but that's going to be like a specific thing that we're looking for. So I know all those guys are going to be big enough, I think. Anybody who's a defenseman is probably big enough. So Tyler Toffoli will move. I know he's not big enough. Lowry's definitely big enough. Yeah, pretty much anybody who was a defenseman. How big was Bailey? 6'4". I guess I could just search that way. So many defensemen. That's the only problem. Oh, Nielsen. Nielsen wasn't big enough. And then also, who else? I mean, I do want to put McDonough on the trade block, but the problem with that is that they're just going to start offering me stupid shit. And that's not what I want. I want a specific thing, so there's no point in even looking for it. I feel good. Like, our centers are okay. Oh shit, we don't have anyone else. Okay, maybe we'll put like put a pick here. We will put, wait. 2021. I see. I was like confused there for a second. I see. It's all by trade value. I mean, a second or something, like a third, maybe a third. Yeah, third from this year. Sure. Feel good about that. All right, I'm excited to see what player is available. We dropped from 3rd to 5th, so no surprise there. That's pretty commonplace. So, sim to... Actually, you know what? Let's view the draft class, because ultimately, if we can find a kid who's big enough, maybe we make a trade for that guy. Hughes definitely is not big enough. Pete is big enough. Interesting. Clarence Pete. I think we got to make a trade for that pick. Dotch is also big enough. And we're 5th overall? They have Kako at 5th right now? Too bad. Too bad. Okay, so maybe we try to trade for Pete. Our scouts have him at number 1. Oh, no, they don't. Okay, so... They're willing to trade it, too. Which is a good look for us. What if we trade them... McDonough, and we want a pick back as well. We want another pick back a second round from this year if possible. I doubt... Oh shit, that's not what I meant to do. I doubt they do the first, but I guess we could try. Okay, that makes sense. I wasn't really expecting it, but sometimes you gotta swing. A second round I think they might do. Okay, they won't do. I want a third at least. You know what I mean? We're still retaining our first round. Okay. Would they do the trade straight up now, even at this point? Now I'm wondering. They might not even... Oh, there we go. Okay, we got a third, and we got the first, or second overall pick, which theoretically, they should pick Hughes first instead of Pete. And then now we get our guy. This is perfect. Great way to start off this series. We're taking Clarence Pete, who's a large enough guy. He's a medium elite. Oh, he's 83 overall. Power forward. I love it. He's actually better than Hughes. So that is pretty awesome. I'm just curious. Kirby Dach was also a large enough player. And we are lacking on the... Cancel. Okay, we're lacking on the offensive side of things. I think he was scheduled to go 4th overall. So what if we... Let's see. We got 2 minutes and 30 seconds left here. Let's take a look. 6'4". We still have another pick. No, we have a pick later. Okay. What if we tried to make a trade for him? They're not willing to trade their pick, but we might be able to trade them our first overall pick, which is 5th. And then like maybe just like a little something extra, like a 5th. 2019 5th. Okay, maybe a 4th. Maybe they'll do that. We're just gonna massage this into something, hopefully. Okay, I don't really want to go to the 3rd, but we did just get that extra 3rd from Colorado. So we have an extra anyhow. And if it's for Dach, it's probably worth it. Okay. Try our 3rd. I don't want to really have to extend to the 2nd, but we really could. We also have some players that we have available for trade, but ultimately we need big guys for that. But if we're drafting NHL ready players... Okay, so they don't want to do this. So be it. We're going to look for the next largest player in this draft. We already got Pete, which I feel pretty darn good about. Yeah, they took Dach. 76 overall right now. Alright, so let's make our pick. Let's see who's available. See who the tallest guy out there is. 6'2", 6'1", 6'3". Come on, 6'4". We got 2 6'4" players right here. We have a top 60. Don't have a ton of scouting on them. 1 year until NHL ready. Only semi-accurate. Similar style to Zdeno Chara. I like that. They both fit the scheme about the same as each other. Unless there's someone else too. We got 1, 2. We have another? No. Anyone else down here really big? Okay, so I think we're taking one of these fellas. And I'm inclined to go for this guy because the central scouting is higher on this guy though. Strength of competition's a little higher. We're gonna take him. So we grabbed ourselves a nice defenseman. Top 4D, 70 overall. Not bad. We can play him in the minors for the Little Giants for now. No problem with that. Or we don't even need to sign him right away. You know what I mean? We can wait. We can definitely wait. Alright. Let's get to second round. And let's take our pick. Alright. Where are all the big guys? Where have all the big guys gone? Yeah. Oh, here we go. Big damn goalie. We could add a big damn goalie into the mix. He must be pretty good. He lacks poise, but he's 2 years till NHL ready? I like the sounds of that. We'll take a big damn goalie. Probably pretty risky to take a big damn goalie that early, but you know what? We're living on the edge, all right? You want to trade 2020 third and a fourth for this year's third. I mean, maybe. Detroit probably will be pretty bad, but so will we. But they want this year's third. This year's third has us... That's a pretty high pick. But theirs must be pretty high too. That's next year though. I don't know. This is an interesting choice. I'm not sure if we want to do this or not. Or if we want to just take our third overall. I think our third overall pick might be worth it. I think we're going to hold on to it. We're going to make our pick. They're actually right behind us, but we don't know how they'll do in the upcoming season. 6'3". 6'6". There we go. That's a big boy. Oh, 6'6" center. Chances are he's not going to be very good, but I like the idea of a large center. Especially because we were lacking on defense. How good was he? 59 overall? Yeah, not great. Not great. Okay. What is left here? I think this is our second, third round pick in this. First guy was 6'4" right away in this round. So let's see. 6'5" center. Primo. He's a grinder though. I mean, most large players probably aren't going to be super skill based, but A+ in the strength of competition. That's what you like to see. Hugo Haas. Hugo Haas a spot on our team. Alright. Let's see what's available. It's nice playing without Fog of War, knowing what your players are right away. It's a nice touch, I gotta say. I do like the challenge of Fog of War, but really, knowing what that player is right off the hop, it's pretty nice. 6'4" center. That's the one. That's the one. Big boy. Here I thought we could make a 6'5" team, but I guess they're just that rare. The 6'5"ers are that rare. I think the first thing we do, it might sound a little crazy, but I think we should probably consider trading for Chara, like immediately, and he should be the captain of our team. You know what I mean? Doesn't that make sense? Nolan Hutchinson. I like it. 6'4", left wing. 61 overall. Not great. Not great, but you know what? I'm not expecting them to be great in round 5. You know? Not expecting crazy gems or anything. Especially when we're choosing guys who are so large. 6'5" to... Oh, 6'5" center. Wow. Okay. Alright, we'll do it. We'll take the 6'5" center. 69 overall. You know what? Not bad for a 6th round pick. Not bad at all. Alright, our last pick in the entry draft for us. Our first draft that we've ever been through. 6 foot, 6'1". Where's the money? Where is he? Where's Money Man? We'll search until our hearts are content. We will search and search and search. Wow. There's one. 6'4". Got him. 48 overall. Not a great pick, but that's okay. 7th round, whatever. Alright, the entry draft's complete. Let's take a look at how we did. And that marks the end of our first episode of the Big Damme Team Challenge. So thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time at the Baker and Tymo Show.